The reason I always say why do tomorrow what you can do today, because it creates waiting. Anytime you're waiting, it's a fucking waste. Ultimately, you decide if you're gonna live or not. Am I just gonna get through life, or am I gonna live? Because it's a fucking choice. I mean, you literally decide that. And some people decide it when they're 70 and it's too late. No secrets. It's funny because we are now, and I'm going to give you an update on our new real estate agency. So we are merging with, is no longer going to exist. And by November 1st, we will have Dream Home Fox Cities, which is an actual operating real estate agency with the signs in the front yards and the whole shit and caboodle. We'll have 4 agents immediately if everything goes well. And they will basically be paying us a percentage of their sales, and we'll be their marketing arm and also their operations arm. And then Chad will continue on as some fancy title of marketing and media, and of course Chang. And then we'll likely add somebody to take the stuff that Chang shouldn't be doing, like social media posting. So that's gonna be the company. So what was my point? Oh, no secrets. What's been amazing and fun to watch is that company coming on board, and the fact that they keep confiding in Chad, and he keeps telling us everything they're telling him.
I have no friends.
So he has lost all of his friends. And it's hilarious because they had more of a culture of there were secrets and there was information that not everybody had access to, and they kept their financials more of a secret and their profitability a secret. And I'm dissolving all of the secrets, and it's been funny watching them react because they want it. They just don't even know how to behave that way. So they're learning, and they're telling Chad their secrets because they know Chad will tell me and then I'll tell everybody, but they haven't gotten comfortable just telling their secrets themselves out loud. So they're super fun. It's hilarious for me because I don't give a fuck about their secrets. And I told them, if you have any other secrets you want me to keep, just let me know. Don't tell anybody, and I'll let you know that I'm going to. So your secrets are comfortable with me as long as you're comfortable with everybody on the team knowing. So they're getting used to that, and it's been a lot of fun. And most of what I heard from them is we're just super excited to be in a culture that doesn't have secrets, and it's so weird. And Kristen comes from who had secrets beyond belief because they're corporate. And she said, I'm just so excited to be in an organization that doesn't have secrets and just puts it all on the table. And I can't wait until the relief of the stress of trying to carry around all these secrets, and everybody, it's like the game Survivor where everybody's trying to fuck each other with their secrets. And we just don't have that, because as you guys know, if I hear about a secret, it's coming to a team meeting, or I'll have an emergency meeting and tell everybody that the douchebag and he's going to Jimmy John's. You know, that was a secret that I held for 5 minutes. I made it that day. So I love no secrets, and I hope you guys do too, and I hope you appreciate it. And it's fun to watch how much we take for granted here as we're transitioning in this new company that hasn't had that benefit of no secrets. That is the new real estate agency. Any questions on that? But I'm not so afraid of hiring anymore because I know I'm not afraid to have somebody jump off the plane if it's not the right plane for them.
What if I'm the one jumping off?
No parachute. So I'm gonna do this lesson, but I'm gonna do it fast because I'm gonna bring it back to you again next time, just because it goes so well with what Mario just said. So what I learned while learning a lot of this stuff is that there's 7 wastes. The fact I learned these is why I'm such an angry adult. And once you learn them, it's almost like you become intolerant of them, and then you're an angry old person.
Don't teach us these, we don't want to be angry.
Here you come. The first and most dangerous one is overproduction. Overproduction is the example I gave you guys last week. It's when you make 52 spotlight videos and queue them up, but you don't edit them. If you go back and find out that you had dirt on the lens, you have made 52 shitty videos. So when you batch, you guys have heard me say, batching's bad, don't create batches of shit. Create something, go all the way through to the end, every single one of them if you can. Now there's times where you can't, because we need to basically batch up stuff for winter. But if you could get it edited now, you would know if you had a problem. Versus if you just shoot everything and leave it half done, you won't know if you have a problem until it's too late. There's gonna be reasons why you have to keep doing this. Your goal is to keep minimizing that, and don't do it if possible. When you make sticker boxes, you would never make thousands of them at once because all the tape will let loose. Remember that one guy? So he just kept making boxes, but all the tape let loose. He had bad tape. Well, he batched. So now he's got 200 fucking boxes with all the tape blowing off of them because he should have just kept up and made the 50 a day every day versus 200 every Monday. Because then you don't know you have a problem until you come in on Tuesday morning, all the fucking tape is let loose. Does overproduction make sense? It's as straightforward as picture the guy. I went to this factory once in Minnesota. They got a good deal on aluminum. Ingot, do you know this word, Jake? You're the only one I could possibly know the word. It's raw aluminum. So they got a good deal on raw aluminum. So it comes in these huge rolls or sheets or something. So they bought tons and tons and tons of it. Well, the guys are paid on production. How much do you produce? So the guy running right-hand front fenders is an overachiever. He decided to work all the overtime humanly possible and turn all that aluminum into right-hand front fenders.
Oh no.
He produced 5 years worth of right-hand front fenders before anybody realized it. They went to make left-hand front fenders. They got no fucking aluminum. That guy burned through all the they ended up having to prime this stuff, different shades, so that they could assign what year they would use those front fenders. Because he made so many of them. They had to come up with a process to use. So imagine if they make an engineering change to the right-hand front fender. They're gonna have to rework every fucking one of those fenders. But let's picture this. What if Emily, instead of buying the black flavor, which we already know that her and I will eventually go through, and we probably could drink the whole thing in a month. What if she would have bought, when we got that sampler pack, a pallet of each?
Oh no.
And we had to eat that food in a bag because I'd make you fuckers eat it. You have to be the brunt of my jokes, otherwise it's favoritism. So another one is the one that I mentioned last week, overprocessing. Can anybody remember what I told you that was last week? So this is one that Aben and I used to debate, and it was fun, back and forth when he started making videos, because Fitbit Inc. had 3 likes on Facebook, a subscriber, and it was custom offsets on YouTube. And he was making these insane videos. And I'm like, bro, make them like half that good because 2 people are gonna watch them. So the problem with when you start is you should be just using cell phone videos, get the fuckers uploaded and start to generate people watching. Then you keep stepping your game up because you know people are gonna watch them. The good news is you guys can pull that video like you've decided already to do from the old days, re-upload it like you just made it because 99% of the people watching haven't seen it. And because he overprocessed it, you're actually able to use it. And now nobody's gonna know that it's an old ass iPhone video. We can't do that because if you pull the ones I used to make in the old shop with my iPhone, because I was sick of waiting for Josh to color grade one for 3 days. So perfect example. If you take 3 days color grading a video that 10 people are gonna see, that's overprocessing. You're basically wasting our money and our time. So does that make sense? Overprocessing is anything. If he were to tape boxes with the stickers in them, completely eggshell them and sit there and tape the shit out of it, you're just overprocessing. You're wasting your time, you're wasting resources, you're wasting everything. If you upload a video all the way to Facebook that nobody's ever seen, you're likely overprocessing if we've never made a video like that because somebody's gonna catch something and you gotta fucking redo the thing, re-render the thing, re-upload the thing. You wasted all that time. This is obviously my least favorite and what has made me the most angry of old men is that they told me that waiting, I'm doing 2 of them together. No, I'm not, but I'm doing 1 more. I lied, I'm doing 4. I may never bring up the other 3. If you are waiting for me and you can't do anything else, we're just pissing away money. If Jerry's waiting for Rainy, we're just pissing away money. The reason I always say why do tomorrow what you can do today, because it creates waiting. Anytime you're waiting, it's a fucking waste. The first time that Junior and I were gonna leave town, and I ended up sitting in front of my house for an hour and a half because he was still sleeping and I was waiting.
Waiting makes excuses.
So waiting then just starts compounding, right? Because you got to tell a little fib of why you were late, and then your mom's mad because you lied and it really wasn't her that burnt the chicken. So you start creating this. Waiting is another one of those things where you can't really eliminate it forever. It's always going to happen. You're trying to minimize it. So when you get an email from somebody, Junior again, don't wait 3 days to buy the song. Just buy the motherfucker right away and let's get it up for hold music so Kirk doesn't have to email you 3 more times. So I work mostly with Junior, so he's the brunt of most of my jokes. Humans, tendency is I'll do it tomorrow. So it just creates this whole big clusterfuck because one person said, I'll get it tomorrow. And that's why I always say, do today what you could have done tomorrow. That's not what I say at all. I say something else that sounds better. The last one I'll do today, and these are gonna come back because these are life. And I want you all to be angry men, old men and women that don't put up. It says defects. Clearly, defects. So Junior. So defects is just what it sounds like. When you do something and you don't do it right, and then you pass it on to the next guy. So our favorite one was, when we would put up posting and then we go to boost it and something's fucking spelt wrong. And then we gotta unfucking boost it, and then we gotta edit it, and then you gotta reboost it. So that one defect, that one spell wrong, or having the wrong description with the wrong video, now it compounds because now it causes all these problems. So a defect just starts spiraling. If you remember what we had to do to get that American flag one and all the stress and frustration and the waiting it started creating, it almost created massive overproduction because we had 500 shirts we didn't know what to do with. Defects are also a nightmare. So if you ignore them, you have to remember it's just gonna snowball as it moves through everybody else's hands. So that's the one that, and that's why we started Gold Star program. Anybody that sees a defect, fucking kill it. Because it will compound if you don't kill it. Code guys, you with me on the bugs and the defects? Yeah. So this is life, right, Ben? But Ben doesn't do overproduction or overprocessing. He would rather have some defects than to overwork something and have us go, that's not what we wanted at all. You literally just wasted 3 weeks of your time. I once sat in a basement for 3 months and came up with the ultimate plant layout. We planned every electrical outlet for an entire assembly plant. For 3 months in a basement by ourselves, 3 guys that had never worked in that place. Then we walked upstairs, presented to them, and they're like, you guys are fucking idiots. So imagine 57 Brads.
Oh no.
So they're mechanically inclined. They've been working there for 30 years. They know exactly how everything works. And me and homeschool and Charlie walk up because I was them. I was the baby-faced kid, and then there was this big goofy guy. We walk up and we're like, here's what we're gonna do. And we roll out these plans. They were like Gantt charts that had 387 items right down to moving every electrical. They were like, this is gonna be awesome. And they're like, there's a column right in the middle of that building. You can't drive a fire truck through there. Motherfucker. $95,000 to move that column. We're like, oh shit, our budget's 10 grand. So we had to scrap the entire plan. We literally wasted 3 months of our lives. Absolutely nothing on our plan worked. Not a single fucking line item. Literally wasted 3 months of my entire life. Instead, what we did, we took a layout like this and we removed everything but walls and columns, and then we made paper dolls of the trucks, and then paper dolls of like the toolboxes and the fixtures and the stuff we have to do. We gave every team a copy and a set of paper dolls, and we said, you guys tell us how to design this thing. Within 4 days, we had the best plan ever and reduced cost by 30% of building trucks. That would be overproduction, overprocessing, waiting, defects, and every other waste you could possibly do in the 3 months we sat in that basement. The best part, that was a project as part of learning these tools. We learned them the fucking hard way. We totally blew it. It's our boss's fault he let us do that. I still today wonder if he did that on purpose. Sometimes I let you fail. I wish I would do it more. Unfortunately, I don't have any patience and I still micromanage a little too much. I'm working on that. But I am, because I'm letting Fitment Inc. fail a whole bunch. A little bit is I'm worried that I'm wrong and that they might be right, and maybe this vlog thing is going to be more successful than I would have gave it credit, because I would have never spent time and resources on that. But the first time I watched it, I was like, fuck, I want one of those. Fuller, can we start one of those? So, and we're going to this week, tomorrow, Tuesday? Starting on Tuesday. So, but that's a good point. You have to let people fail. And I've got to get better at that. So expect a lot more failure around here.